With a history spanning over 4,000 years, China has nurtured a profound philosophical heritage. These influential texts, including Sun Tzu's Art of War and Confucius' Analects, have laid the groundwork for captivating advancements in philosophy. Their ideas have transcended borders and captivated a worldwide audience.
China, with its rich history of over 4,000 years, is considered the birthplace of the world's oldest continuous civilization. Chinese thought and philosophy have provided valuable insights, and like Western philosophy, a few key texts have had a significant influence. The I Ching, also known as the Book of Changes, dates back to the 10th century BCE. Although the author is unknown, Fu Xi is traditionally credited as the author of the first section, and the Duke of Zhou is credited as the author of the second section. Confucius is traditionally listed as the author of the commentaries known as the Ten Wings. The I Ching primarily focuses on divination. Traditional diviners used a method involving yarrow stalks, where the selection and division of the stalks determined whether a line was broken or unbroken. A broken line represents yin, while an unbroken line represents yang. By generating a sequence of 6 lines, a hexagram is formed, and there are a total of 64 possible hexagrams, each conveying a distinct meaning. In contemporary practices, coin flips have become a more common alternative to yarrow stalks. The commentaries in the book suggest that these hexagrams reflect the shifts in the cosmological cycles of the universe. Including a book on divination in a list of influential works in philosophy may seem strange, but the I Ching has long been considered an important text by Chinese intellectuals. During the Han Dynasty, scholars attempted to align their system of government with the cosmological system outlined in the text. Confucius referred to his copy of the I Ching frequently, and Zhu Xi argued that it could provide depth to moral questions that Confucian ethics could answer. Its significance in political philosophy only diminished with the 1911 revolution, which overthrew the dynastic system of government. The influence of the I Ching extends to the West as well. German mathematician and philosopher Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz argued that it proved the universality of binary number systems and the existence of God. However, German philosopher Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel disagreed, arguing that binary systems couldn't express much. More recently, Danish physicist Niels Bohr drew inspiration from the I Ching when formulating the principle of complementarity in quantum mechanics. The Tao Te Ching is a foundational text in Taoism, traditionally credited to the semi-legendary Laozi. However, modern scholars believe it compiles existing ideas from early Taoism into a single text. Comprising of short, often paradoxical statements, the Tao Te Ching serves as an introduction to the Tao and a system of virtues. While the Tao that can be spoken or written about is not the true Tao, the book attempts to explain its nature. The Tao is the fundamental nature underlying all of reality. Laozi repeatedly emphasizes the creative power of emptiness and describes the Tao by what it is not. The first half of the book explores the Tao, while the second focuses more on virtue. Laozi praises naturalness and encourages living in harmony with the Tao. He also extols the concept of Wu Wei, which can be understood as effortless action at the individual level, allowing a deeper understanding of the world. Taoism, along with Buddhism and Confucianism, is one of the 3 most influential schools of thought in China. The key Taoist works were included in official lists of classics that aspiring government officials had to study in imperial China. Despite the favor enjoyed by the other 2 schools among the literati, Taoism remained significant. As a religion, it has millions of followers and many more who practice some aspects of the religion. In the West, the Tao Te Ching has influenced various thinkers, including anarchists, libertarians, and writers like Ursula Le Guin and Leo Tolstoy. The Art of War is a treatise on military strategy attributed to the Chinese general Sun Tzu. Although his existence is debated, he is believed to have been a general during the spring and autumn period. The book, undeniably one of the most important military texts ever composed, consists of 13 chapters covering different aspects of military strategy. While primarily focused on military strategy, The Art of War contains ideas applicable to other fields. One of the most widely referenced passages states that the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. This principle has found applications in various areas of life, such as business and sports. Sun Tzu's work shows a clear Taoist influence, often using Laozi's style and suggesting similarities between a great general and a well-practiced Taoist. Confucius is the most important philosopher in Chinese history, and one of the most influential philosophers worldwide. Analects, a collection of his sayings and teachings compiled by his students, provides valuable insights into the teaching style and wisdom of this great philosopher. Similar to the Tao Te Ching, Analects consists of short passages, often beginning with the phrase, "Confucius said," or "the Master said." Rather than directly stating his beliefs on right and wrong, Confucius often uses short stories to convey his system of thought. His ethics revolve around cultivating virtue, ren, and becoming a superior person, yunzi. Confucian thought eventually became China's leading system of thought, and his teachings were central to the civil service exam, which anyone aspiring to a government job had to pass. Confucius's ideas reached the West during the Enlightenment, with thinkers like Voltaire and Leibniz appreciating his work. Voltaire considered his ideas on meritocratic government revolutionary. The concept of civics tests for civil servants existed before Confucian thought arrived in Europe, but the Chinese system directly inspired modern civil service systems. Mencius, the second greatest Confucian thinker, expanded on Confucius's ideas and introduced new concepts in his self-titled work. Born after Confucius's death, Mencius was raised by his widowed mother, who played a significant role in his education. Mencius' book, commonly known as Mencius, takes the form of dialogues, where ideas are debated and explained. He introduced the idea that human nature is inherently good, but these sprouts of virtue must be nurtured through the right environment and education. Mencius' work emphasizes the cardinal virtues of benevolence, righteousness, wisdom, and propriety, which he believes can be developed through education and reflection. Mencius' influence was felt during the development of Neo-Confucianism in the Song dynasty, where his ideas were codified alongside Confucius' works as classics. However, Western translators initially overlooked his works in favor of Confucius's original works. Today, with the revival of Confucian thought, Mencius's ideas on virtue ethics and moral development are being reconsidered as an alternative to Aristotle.